I've been driving for about 5 hours now. All I want to do is just camp. That's all I want to do. And that just seems to not happen today. Every road I've been up, it's been going to gates that are closed, passes with too much snow that my Yaris can't get up to. And I finally made it to the coast because I thought that was a safe bet. And I'm in the Sisla National Forest, and I'm up in the mountains, but there just doesn't seem to be a spot to camp. I got a couple more spots to check. I have checked one campground, and it was packed. The campground was literally full. Couldn't even go there. So I'm hoping to find a spot before it gets too dark. But stay tuned, because we are going to camp today. Alright, so after I stopped recording, of course, something happened. I was going down the road, 30 miles an hour, pavement, hit a pothole so hard, I got a flat. Right away, punctured it. I pulled over. I saw the hole, it wasn't that big. I just put my tire repair kit in the car just before I headed out here. Usually it's in the car all the time, but I had just cleaned it out and I put it back in for this camping trip. And thank God I did that because I definitely needed it. I will post pictures. I didn't want to record it because it was my first time ever repairing a tire. So I took some pictures, but that was exciting. I had all the tools I needed. I had the little sticky thing and the little needle thing. I put it in the hole. I actually had a pump too, so it's like a beefy bicycle pump. So I had that too and pumped up my tire. And I am still determined to go camping today. I will stop in town and have the guys at Les Schwab check my tire pressure because I actually don't have a little PSI reader for some reason. I have a bicycle one, but not a car one. So that is going to be on the list. But hey, at least I'm back on the road. So the journey begins. All right. The gravel in the center is a little tall. Where they are. We're almost there though. I could camp here. I have camped here before. The only concern I have is that it's kind of close to the river. I'm still in a tsunami zone. There was a spot that we had just passed that I think might be better. This is a good spot, but I'm just concerned with all the rain that we've had lately that it might not be the most smart decision. But it is beautiful. I do love this spot. We'll skip it. We'll do this spot another time when the river's not so high. That's it. We're camping here. Let's go set up. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to Just Gotta Camp. Today, I finally made it to this beautiful spot. I searched all day for it, but I finally found it. Right now, we're gonna set up my beautiful tent before it gets dark. I think normally that we would draw strings out to tighten this up and expand it in the middle, but it's just me today, so I'm perfectly fine with the room that I have inside, that I don't need to mess with totting out the tent. This is my first time using the tarp. I think it's going to be great. Next we're going to fix up the inside, get some stuff out of my car, and make it all nice and cozy. And then we'll have a fire and cook some food. let's take a tour of what I brought. Alright, I did bring pre-cut wood because I didn't know where I would be camping today, and I didn't want to be stranded without wood. But it looks like we have plenty of material, and if I don't have to use this stuff, I won't. And I'll be getting on searching for some wood and chopping it up, sawing it up, so we can burn it tonight. This is my stove. I have only pre-burned it. I have never camped with it before, so should be exciting. I did bring some protection. I brought my beautiful AR-15, and I also brought a pellet gun because unlimited ammo and fun is also a good idea. Don't want to be burning up that expensive ammo. This is my bedroll. I have a 0-degree sleeping bag in there, a blanket, and a pillow. I did wrap it in this canvas bedroll because I don't like to get wet and it might rain on us. I also brought my little duffel bag, some clothes. In the purple backpack we got some emergency stuff, flares and saws and axes just in case. I brought a table. In the bucket is my lantern, some water. In this tote we have some, what do we got? We got a cot, we got a small table, we got a blow up air mattress thing, a rug, a chair, and some lighters, my camp pot, and some extra stuff. I put it in a tote because I didn't know if it would rain a lot and if water would seep through my tent, and I just wanted all that stuff to be waterproof and it can stay on the ground. I did bring my buddy heater because since I have never used my wood stove before, I wanted to make sure I was going to stay warm, and this is just in case my fire goes out or I run out of firewood, whatever happens, I'm going to stay warm. Alright, and that concludes the stuff I brought. Alright, so what I've done here is I set up my stove all the way up there. Now it's time to start it. Alright, we finally got that fire going. I can see some smoke in here. I'm having to open up that door again. The problem with this stove is that it has a top that can come off and smoke seeps through it, but I do have somewhere, I'll show you later, but a carbon monoxide reader because I am worried about that. I am really liking this tarp on the ground. It's keeping the heat in and keeping me dry. I was worried that it'd be muddy through here, but honestly, dirt and mud that I track in here is not going to bother me as much as the whole ground being muddy, because it is raining here a lot. And I can sit on the ground. I haven't set up anything else, but I did want the stove getting going. It is getting quite cold outside, and I was trying to hold out as long as I could before I started it, so I knew I had enough wood for the night. But I think as I'm starting to learn with this thing, I can shut it down, kind of slow it down from getting all hot. My 2 bundles of wood are quite long, so I'm going to spend some time cutting them in half so I can use those. Kind of sucks. Right now, I'm going to take a break, and as Steve Wallace would say, time for step 2. Just a regular Angry Orchard that will just hit the spot. And yes, it is delicious. I do have my handy dandy lantern. Yeah, that was right. I'm not gonna run it all night. I do have a Lucy Light LED solar panel. I do like the propane lantern. It is nice. This is my second time camping alone ever. I noticed that there's a big difference. You hear sounds and stuff that are around you, and hopefully in June I will get a dog, and that will bring a lot more confidence to me when I'm out here camping by myself. I will be a little paranoid for a while, kind of getting used to camping by myself. I do have protection. I also have bear spray and mace, just in case someone or something comes and messes with me. Hopefully not. I don't think so. I do have my food in here for right now, but when I go to bed, it is going back in the car. I love this wood stove. It's putting out as much heat as the Buddy heater. I think the Buddy heater tends to shoot heat upward instead of towards you, so you kind of have to have a smaller area or you're standing above it. But this stove, it is radiating heat pretty good, 360. I did put a kind of a hot pad under it, or a hot tarp. My theory behind that was to keep the ground from absorbing all the heat and kind of radiating it back up into the tent. Also, it kind of came in handy when I put this tarp in here. I wouldn't be able to have the tarp in here with the hot stove without the hot pad. I think the heat would have wrinkled and distorted the tarp and damaged it over time, and I didn't want that to happen, so the hot tarp is good to carry around. I like it. Yeah. The smoke has seemed to go out the vents. Very thankful for that. This is what it's all about. The reason why I just want to camp is to relax. Hearing sounds. I did see some elk and some deer when I was driving up here. I know they are common in the area. There might be some cows too. Well, if anything happens to me, I'm hoping it'll be on camera at least. Get some good footage. I'm not worried about bears right here. I know there are in the area, but they should be hibernating. As far as I know, I don't know much about bears. There's no grizzly bears here, which is good. No moose. No moose either. So that's good too. There are cougars, bobcats, coyotes. I'm not really an avid camper, outdoors person, like a know-it-all. I just go out there, see what I can do, see what I can figure out, and learn as I go. Because I think that's the best way. I mean, you don't want to go out here totally unaware, but as long as you have a basic understanding what you're doing, what you want to do, you can do it. If it was a windy day, I think I would be more concerned about these tree branches snapping. I did see a lot of debris on the road, but they did just have a storm here, so it's supposed to be pretty good weather here today, or today was good weather, and tomorrow. So I did pick a good weekend to go camping. As I'm sitting here, enjoying the last of my step 2, this tent has a different feeling. I have another tent that I put an air mattress in, and it lights up, and it's a pop-up tent. And it has built-in LEDs, and I call it my glamping tent because it's pretty luxury, that setup. And in this one, it seems more like what you see on YouTube all the time, and I like it. I have a lot of tents, and I think this one is going to be my next popular setup. Well, at least for the colder months. This tent, it does pack up smaller. That pop-up tent is quite big, and it's heavy. But you're not required to put stakes in the ground. This tent, you do have to put stakes in the ground, and if I had another person here, I would tighten it up, and that obviously takes more work. But there's pros and cons of all types of setups. But I'm liking this one. I'm curious how tonight will go with the wood. I'm still on that first little log, so that's about 15 minutes now. I think I have enough for the night. I hope so. It's the little things in life. Let me show you the fire. Fire. I want to finish this up too, and then we'll be setting up that cot and setting up the bed, and then we can cook some dinner. Alright, it's time to set up the bed. Don't mind this red pole, it's just the centerpiece. I got this pack down cot, kind of like a backpacking, bike packing type cot. I've used it a couple of times, it's pretty good. I'm curious how it'll withstand the weight of the bedroll, because that sleeping bag is pretty heavy. So we will give that a shot. Okay. Every time I set this up, there's these little slits in here that the clamps will clamp to. And when you're trying to feed it through, it always goes out those holes. It's annoying. Ah. Ooh, that fire is getting hot. And then the legs just clamp like so. Last one. Yay! Ta-da! Okay. So in here, I already put my sleeping bag in here. Let me show you the sleeping bag. This canvas thing is just a shell, just to keep your sleeping bag dry. Ta-da! Sleeping bag. I also have a blanket in here too. I always like sleeping with a blanket because it gets all tight around you. If you sleep in this heavy bit of sleeping bag, there's lots of air spaces and you get cold. So I always try to bring a blanket with me. I realized now when I put the sleeping bag in, I didn't realize how oriented it would be, so it's actually oriented the wrong way. I have to flip it, which I will do right now. The stove is getting really hot. Might have to lose some layers here. Okay, I've flipped it over in the bedroll just so it's open towards the stove. I'm gonna leave it open. Here's my blanket. I actually made this by hand. Well, in a sewing machine, but I did make it. I kind of call it my camping blanket. It goes with me all the time. It just keeps me extra warm, and I like it. The second surprise is my pillow. I shrink bag my pillows, and if I'm glamping or something and I have more than one blanket or more than one pillows and stuff, I always shrink them because they're a lot smaller to handle and it keeps them clean and nice. But you have to get the ones if you don't have an electric pump with you to suck out the air, I get the ones with the hand pump, and I'll show you that in the morning when I pack up. But it sucks the air out, and it really keeps my pillows nice from getting dirty with all the camping gear when I load it up in the car. And I always try to bring my own pillow from home because it makes me sleep better, and I'm always used to this pillow. So if I have a small camping pillow that are like yay big, something like this, then it's really hard for me to sleep. I mean, I could like sleep on my jacket and stuff, but you know, you're never that as comfortable as you are at home. So I just try to bring a little bit of home with me, and that will be my pillow so I can sleep better at night. There we go. And this pillow will puff up pretty big. It's pretty flat right now. Flatter than the pole. See? I can almost hide. Okay. We'll just let that air up. And I'll just throw this bag over there. Well, the bed is all set up. And I put that if I had it all muddy in here and I didn't have the tarp, I'd probably, you know, be very vigilant. If it was muddy in here, or else I didn't have the tarp in here, I would obviously keep the bag off the floor. But since I got the tarp in here and it's dry, it's just a bunch of little dirt particles that I brought in here. I'm not really worried about it. It can lay on the floor. I thought I was all done setting up my cot, but I totally forgot the sleeping pad. And yeah, I want that, so I'm gonna do that right now. Mine is really cool. I just have to step on this thing a bajillion times. Hope it doesn't get on the fire. And you know it's about done when you can't really put any more air in it. Hiya! Okay. I think I'm gonna put it on the outside because it doesn't matter if it gets wet or not, and it can stay inside the cot where it dips a lot better than I think it can in the bedroll. Looks like I got a little extra overhang here. That's fine. I don't really like the air up pillow. I brought my own anyway, so it can just keep my pillow from sliding out. Man, that's looking comfy. Here's my carbon monoxide thingy-majig. I'll just put that on my pillow since that's where I'll be sleeping. Swatch. Right now it is 9:22. Okay, right now I'm gonna set my chair, and I brought 2 tables. Why? I don't know. I have camping gear. I like to use it. And since I'm in my car, I can bring however much I ever want. So it's always nice. Oh yeah, I know why I brought 2. Sorry, I forgot. I brought 2 because I wanted one to hold the lantern and be like my food table and stuff, and one to hold my weapons. Lots of weapons. You always need a dedicated table for weapons. It's falling. Hurry up. Over there. Table 1, done. Hurry up. Table 2 is bigger. Always need varying sizes of everything. If you don't have one of these tables, I would highly recommend them because I love them. Alright, we'll put table 2 over here. In the back. Temperature. I mean, I could sit on the cot, but it dips so much, it cuts off the circulation in my tiny legs, so I'd rather just sit in a chair. Over there. Done. Ah, it's been on this whole time. I forgot I brought a multi-purpose crank radio. I'm gonna be fooling around with it. See if I can't crank some tunes. This is what it looks like. I remember opening it one time when I had first bought it, but other than that, I don't know what I'm doing. Well, the light kind of worked. See it?
We could have a very close election again in 2024. We could have disputes about that election.
And I didn't give me the exact score of the game. I'll do that.
No. That might help. I don't know what this is, but it's music. I guess that's how long it lasts. Well, that's kind of cool. I bet it does other things. Not sure. There's a lot of little different switches and buttons. I do like playing music sometimes. When I'm camping, it just depends on the mood I am. Really, when I am just trying to just camp, I try not to play any music and just focus on why. I just want to relax. I listen to music all the time. It is cool though. If I'm kind of freaking out about the sounds around me outside, wouldn't hurt to play with this thing for a while. Totally distract me from what's outside. It totally did distract me. There's a lot of little features in here, and I should read the manual, but this thing is kind of cool. I like it. The multi-purpose crank radio. Yeah, totally. I wonder, it does have a solar panel on it, and I'll go leave it out in the sun when I'm packing up. Got just a little bit of use out of it. Maybe, I don't know how long that was, maybe 10 minutes for a minute of cranking. Well, if I get bored later, I'll bring it back out. While I'm talking about wasting time and enjoying the stuff around me, I do have this thing open. Was it already open? I think it was already open. Oh, it was. I have this. It's called a hand piano. It has a more technical name. I think a Columbi, something like that. But a hand piano. I have no idea how to play it. I bought it because my friend bought a little guitar for his bikepacking trips. You know, just something to soothe the mind, relax while you're by a campfire, bringing in some music. I would love to learn how to play this thing. I got pretty close. It came with like a songbook, like You Are My Sunshine. Some cool little songs like that. It is kind of neat to mess around with. Even though I don't know how to play it, you know, you can kind of sum up some ideas and stuff, and practice goes a long ways, but I haven't brought it out, and I'm hoping with these camping videos that maybe I'll be able to play a song for you guys by the end of the year. Even if it is something simple, as long as you recognize it, that would be my goal. I did buy it, so might as well use it. But for right now, I'll just put it back until I'm ready to relax. Maybe I'll play with it again. But I got a lot of toys. I do have a lot of camping gear. I do want to use all of it. And I'm really hoping to accomplish that with these camping videos. Is to use the gear that I got. And also, buy new gear. I always love buying new gear. This tent is new. The stove is new. That's what happens when you just got a hankering for the outdoors. You want to be prepared for every season, every event, every type of camping. I have gear for bike packing, car camping. I'm working on my 4-season. This is a test for my 4-season camping, the winter camping, the stove and the tent. I heard a noise. The stove and the tent was a direction towards my winter camping. I did just previously camp in the snow for the first time, but I did not bring this setup. I brought my glamping setup, and it worked just as good. Yeah, I do wanna truck a sled somewhere with some snowshoes. Working on getting that gear. Fall is my favorite time of year to camp, just after the heat and the leaves start to fall. Just not quite wet enough yet, but it is Oregon, so it does rain a lot. But we did have some good luck in 2020 with the short amount of rain. But if there's no rain, there's fires, so there's a balance. I'm not afraid of camping in the rain. It's just the fear of, getting washed out or something. It just depends on how cold it is outside. That snow camping trip I did a couple weeks ago, that was pretty rough, but I learned a lot. And I think next time when I camp in the snow, it'll be for the better. But I do have my little Yaris today. I tried to take it up a big mountain, is where I first went to go. And I was stopped by the amount of snow. I wasn't able to push my Yaris up there quite as far as I wanted to. I do have chains and studded tires, but it is also my work vehicle, my commute vehicle, so I don't want to push it too hard. Today, I did end up puncturing my tire and having to do that entire adventure, which I mentioned earlier. I posted pictures of it. So that was fun. That was an entire new experience. Never had to deal with anything like that before, and I was by myself. I'm just glad I had the right equipment. You never think you're going to have to patch your own tire, but I just hit that pothole so hard. It was a mistake. That was a mistake. So I'm glad I had the gear that I had and was able to fix that hole and pump it up actually too. So in the morning I'll take another look at it. It might need some more air to get me home. I might have to put my street tires back on. But yeah, overall it was quite an experience today. Not quite over yet. We got dinner to make, and unfortunately, I do have homework to do. I try not to bring that stuff camping with me, but I am so close to graduating. I don't want to slack off too much. If I'm doing these videos, I still have to make sure I'm just putting the same amount of effort into my homework. Which is lame, I know, but I'm so close to graduating this year, actually, in June. And that'll be when I get my dog too, as a little graduation gift. The closer I'm to June, no more homework, dog, things are looking up. I think 2022 is going to be a good year. It's already January and I'm already having a good time, so just one day at a time. Alright, I'm going to put my goodies away. If I find anything else that I brought, I'm definitely going to show you guys. Yeah, I got some stuff for the morning, but I'm going to get this dinner going. There's a spider in here. I'm gonna make dinner now. Got my trusty stick here. I have never seen anybody make this before, but I've made it a couple times, and I really enjoy it. And I'm gonna show you guys what I cook for dinner. Not all the time, but tonight is gonna be that. Got my trusty cutting board, of course. My knife. Knife looks a little dirty. I'll clean that up in a second. I think that's all we need. Oh yeah, look at my watch. Yeah. No harm in taking a watch with you. Actually, this is a swatch. So it's a watch swatch. Watchy swatch. Since the days get shorter earlier... Wait. Since the days get darker earlier, it's no harm in keeping track of time. Making sure you get to bed on time. Making sure your wood will last. My wood's lasting okay. I definitely know when it is out. Knife. Sausages. And cheese. Oh, while I'm in the cooler, always need one of those. Okay, first crack to step 2. Now it's like step 10. I don't know. I lost track. Okay. I'm only gonna eat one sausage. I know it looks like I ate one, but no, I haven't. Open, open, open. Alright. Sausage. Don't worry, the cooler will go back in the car before I go to bed. Just in case those bears that don't hibernate don't attack me. Cheese. We only need a little bit of cheese. Actually, I'll eat some cheese right now. Because why not? I'm only making one sausage. And who doesn't love cheese? Now, actually, this part with the cheese I have never done before. But I think it'll be delicious. I already sliced my dog here. Slice it some more. A little deeper. Stuffing with that cheese. Okay. I hope this doesn't make a big mess. Okay. Then last but not least, we got our can of croissants. Now, I really hate opening these, like, severely hate opening these, but I will be a grown woman and open these out of fear because I am the only one here. And oh my god, I hate it. Oh my god. Okay. Sorry. I hate opening these because last time I convinced myself to open them, to be a grown woman, it exploded in my face. And I was already afraid of them. God. Okay. I'm lucky. I'm lucky. You're lucky. I'm lucky. The world is lucky. But that did not explode. Okay, I'm making a mess. Okay. I take one of these. I kind of stretch it out a little bit. I'm going to put the wide part right where the cheese is. Loop it around. That part's already come. Oh, no. Loop it around. Kind of think of it like a... Oh, sorry. Oops. Think of it like a mummy. You know, like those mummy things people make for Halloween? The mummy sausages? I don't know what I'm talking about. But you get the drift. Wrap it up in that croissant. I only use one because you don't want the dough too thick because it's really hard to cook. You know, I didn't actually think about this, but this stick I have here, if the cheese is in it, where does the stick go if it's cut open? I don't know. But we will find out. Well, I'll find out. You can watch me find out. This is just a branch I got from outside. Probably something maple. Viney maple. I don't know. But I get the wet green stuff so it doesn't burn as fast. I mean, you know, eventually it'll burn. And I just take the bark off. Because, you know, them bugs. And a little would never hurt anybody, so I did that over my food. Insert. Don't pop out the cheese. Okay. And eventually this will turn into the most delicious corn dog you've ever eaten. I'm just going to put this over the stove because it's hotter than heck over there. Camera participate. There we go. I wish there was a way I could, like, set it here. Can I set it here somehow? Just, like, do its own thing. Ooh, that is genius. Okay. I'm a genius. Watch me all the time now. I am genius. Oh, yeah. Usually I do this over an open fire. And I could take that little cylinder off the top, but I really don't think it's necessary. I think we'll just give it some time, and it'll do its thing. Stay tuned. Oh. My hot dog came out. The only thing holding it in is the bread. It's not always perfect, is it? There goes the cheese. I thought the cheese would stay in there. There we go. There's a little bit of cheese left in there. This is not at all what I envisioned. I have made better ones. But of course, when I show other people, it's not the standard I like. Just trying to cook that bread up. A little char no hurt nobody. Look at that. That side's golden brown. Golden brown. Alright, I think it's about done. Look at that. Oh yeah, nice corn dog. Let's eat. Oh yeah. Cheese on a stick. Look at that. Cheese. And dinner is served. But first I gotta put this lid back on. You know, I didn't think I was actually gonna like that lid. But you know what? It's a darn good lid. I have these utensils here. They're wooden. And I bought them because they're super lightweight. Super lightweight. For bike packing. One of the campings I do. And actually I've never had tried them out before. This thing is hot. Cheesy, meaty, flaky. That's what I like. I would eat this off the stick like I normally do, but I brought the plate. I brought the silverware. Might as well use it. Technically, I brought them for breakfast, but it is also hot when you get it up, so it's hard to eat on the stick because you have to let it cool for such a long time. Oh, the sausages are green chili and habanero, so you get that little bit of spice, that little bit of flavor. Plus, look at that cheese. Do you see that cheese? Cheesy! Yeah, I love it. It tastes just like migas. Have you ever had that? A little Spanish dish. The green chilies with the croissants. Tastes just like migas. I love it. Alright. Well, I definitely had a full day today. Drove a lot. Searched a lot. Had a great big old adventure today. And it's only halfway over. I'm gonna go to bed now. I think I'm gonna sleep pretty good. Alright. See you in the morning. Alright, it is the next morning. I did survive. The fireplace was a little bit more obnoxious than I imagined. About every hour, I had to add another piece of wood, and it did keep me up for a while. When the sun came up, I decided to let it go and just sleep in. When I woke up officially, it was actually still kind of going. It was really easy to start back up, starting to warm up the tent again. It did get cold here, but my sleeping bag was well enough that I slept cozy. I did hear, I believe, a skunk last night. It was pretty close to my tent, doing the little skunk noises. I left some paper outside, and it did tear him up. I also heard it sneeze, maybe. Kind of woke me up. But it didn't bother me or come inside, which is great. I'm glad I brought that cooler back into my car. Other than that, I didn't hear much noises. So what I'm going to do now is kind of get ready for my day. I'm going to go outside, brush my teeth, brush my hair, and then we'll come back inside and cook some breakfast. Make some coffee. Alright, we're outside. Let's get ready for the day. I'm going to do my hair first. This is just dry shampoo. A little goes a long ways, but I didn't bring my shower today, so alright. Let's do teeth next. My water is extremely cold. I left it out. Maybe next time I should sleep with it. Too cold. And these are just some face wipes. I'm gonna wipe down my face so I feel fresh. And I think we're ready to go back inside and cook some food. Alright, welcome back. We made it inside the tent. First things first, we gotta get some coffee going. So let's do that. I just bought this at the store yesterday. It's called Espresso. No idea how it's gonna taste, but I got a secret ingredient that we're gonna put in my coffee. Now for my secret ingredient, it is hot chocolate with marshmallows. I'm gonna boil some water, make some hot chocolate, and I'll pour that coffee into my hot chocolate. Because why not? We're camping. It's a great combo. So, I have this mess kit. I have never used it before. But there should be a kettle in here. Boil some water. Oh, it comes with cups. I have looked in here before, I just don't remember. There's my kettle. I won't know how long it takes, but when the coffee's done, the kettle will be done. Nice little cups it came with. But I brought my own cup. I'll be putting it in my Happy Camper mug. It's the only coffee cup I have, and I don't mind carrying it around because it makes me feel good. So we'll be drinking out of that when it's done. Oh, it comes with little forks and stuff. Nice. It's cute. But I got my own. I'll just keep that in there. Okay, next we're going to make some breakfast. I got some vegetables and some vegetables. We're going to make like a little breakfast medley. So I'm going to be cutting that up, making that up. I'm going to put it in my little we do a pot or a pan? I think I'm going to do a pot. Yeah, I'm hungry. We're going to put it in the pot. Pot came with the lid. I'll just throw all my cuttings in there. And I think it's going to taste great. So let's get that cut up. Cutting board. Nice. I opened my cooler and I forgot that I had some croissants left over. And I was thinking, I'm going to try to heat up a croissant. Like, kind of like fry it, but hopefully this pan will act more like a oven, and if I turn it enough times, I think that we could get a nice biscuit. So let's try that. And we might as well try two. We got a lot of dough here. Just keep an eye on those. If they don't work out, I wasn't expecting much. Just a little extra treat if we can get those going. Alright, first I got an onion. Next we got bell pepper. Next I got is a potato. Next, some Brussels sprouts. I can smell those croissants. They're not cooked, but the bottoms are getting there. I think we're going to have to turn those a little bit more often. It's a little stuck to the pan, so we'll just keep a better eye on those. Ooh, coffee's starting to perk. See it coming out just a little bit. Oh no, it's actually out. It's not boiling, but I don't think it will boil. Next I got is some garlic. Oh, coffee's almost done. When this is about done, which it won't be for a while, maybe a half hour, I'm gonna put some cheese in it since I got some cheese left over from last night, and some eggs, because why not? Little bit of one pot breakfast here today. And my coffee is done. There's a lot of burnt logs in the back, and I like to bring them back because then it heats up that area, and I don't want it to warp my top. So I like to spread it out evenly before I put the wood in there, but I can't see it that well sitting down, so I'm gonna have to get on my knees. It's hot back there, so I brought, these are actually my old welding gloves. I took welding in college and never did want to throw them away, and I thought this would be perfect. And they have been great. Okay, the coffee's done. And I'm gonna fill, it's about halfway full. I'm gonna fill the rest up with water. And then throw in that hot cocoa. There's little marshmallows in it. It said it did have them, but who can believe them? Alright, that's hot. Bring those croissants up. I'm actually going to put a little bit of water in here. Help cook down those vegetables a little bit more. And I got some butter. A good amount of butter. When the vegetables start getting cooked down, I'll throw in that sausage and eggs. And then I only have salt, so croissants are looking nice. That's a good idea. They're not quite done yet, but they're getting there. They're gonna be they're gonna be done before the real breakfast gets done, so I'll probably eat those when they're done. And I'll check back into you when I'm ready to add the sausage and eggs. I brought you back because I forgot another ingredient in my coffee. It tasted a little coffee-y and hot chocolatey, but I do really like cream. And I so happen to brought cream. I put it in this little container so it'll fit in my cooler. Just like that. I might make another cup of coffee. I did bring a little hand thermos for when I'm driving, so I might also get that ready too for when I'm ready to pack up later in the day. Well, that was delicious. I can make some more. I got some more bread, but I don't want to get too full where I can't eat my main breakfast. It did stick to the pan a little bit, so since I've got some extra hot water, just let that cook in there for a little bit, and then it'll be way easier to clean. Oh, look at that. That worked way faster than I thought. Wow, all that bread lifted right up. I'm gonna go toss it, wipe it out, and then it'll be all clean. And I'll make some more coffee for later. I still gotta drink all this stuff. Alright, I think what I'm gonna do is these vegetables are about cooked now. Take them off. And I'm gonna fry them up. Since I have so much in there, I'm just gonna fry up a little bit and then a little bit with the sausage and stuff. So let's get that sausage back out that I had last night. Okay, while that cooks, I'm gonna cut up some cheese. Cheese I had from last night. You know, if I brought a tortilla, this could have made an excellent breakfast burrito. But life goes on. I brought a couple eggs. I'm gonna put those in now. Just before that gets done, we'll add all these little cheese cubes. If I don't eat them first. Let that just cook there so it's easier to clean later. I'm gonna let this cool down just for a second. And I'm gonna chop up that last sausage and throw it in here. I do have a long drive home, so I'll probably be snacking on the rest of breakfast in there. So I want to put the sausage in there, let it heat up with the rest of the breakfast. And of course, if I was staying out here for another day, that's lunch. All I have to do is just fry it up, put an egg in it. I keep hearing these two trucks go by, back and forth. Alright. Here's my breakfast. This pole is in the way all the time. Yeah, I think, good breakfast. Like I said, if I had a tortilla, awesome breakfast burrito. Gotta drink some more coffee. I'm not quite up yet. Alright. I'm gonna finish this breakfast. And I'll check back in with you guys when I'm ready to do something else. Stay tuned. Alright. It's that time of the day where we gotta pack up. I think for this setup, I'm gonna try to take the stove out first and then take the tent down. Then it'd be easier to grab all my stuff and make sure it's all put away properly. So that's what I'm gonna be doing first. You might see that I have this wrapping on it. This is a waterproof. This is a heat-resistant wrapping. It's mostly on the inside because it was heating up my tent pretty good last time I tried it out, and I didn't want it to warp the material. So I went ahead and bought this stuff and wrapped it around, and it actually did keep the heat from severely heating up the tent wall. So That did its job. I'm gonna take this apart. I'm gonna have to wait till it cools down because I can't use it with these gloves on. We'll just leave it like that. Obviously, if it was raining, I would not do that first. But now I got all this open space. That person stopped and looked at me. They've been driving back and forth all day. I like to bring a rug because when I take my boots off for the end of the day, I don't like to step on all the dirt and stuff. It's just a little bit of comfort I like to bring. And even though I have a case for my lantern, I keep it in the bucket to keep it waterproof and to keep it from breaking the glass. Because the glass is already cracked from an incident. The sun is finally coming up. The sun! This is just too big of a pillow to not put in here. If you didn't have this pump, or any type of pump, you always squish out the air. Like I said last night, I do this because I like to bring my own pillow, and it's just too big sometimes to bring, and this really consolidates it, and it also keeps it clean when I'm putting a bunch of gear in the back of my car. And if I'm traveling with more people, I put more blankets and pillows in here, and then it all just scrunches it up, and it's, you don't have to deal with these big old clumps of bedding. The plug was out. That's alright, I was on a cot anyway. This one doesn't have to be out because it's the one that pumps air in. beautiful day. I can't believe it is this beautiful outside. It has been raining non-stop for the last couple months. And what are the odds? Just a beautiful camping day. Wow. It could be raining right now. I love it. I love camping. What a beautiful day. Damn. Four-wheeler. I do bring my hat. It's nice for the rain. Doesn't get my shoulders or my chest wet, so I did bring it. I didn't know what the weather was going to be like, but we won't need it today. It's delicious. This place is busier than I thought. There's a lot of cars coming by. Pretty much it, except for the tarp. I think I burnt my sweatshirt. Woo. Come on. A lot of carbon. I think that's what it is. Those who have wood stoves like this, if you could give me any pointers on how to get these unstuck, that'd be great. Wow. Maybe you have to take them apart a little warm. That topper one was a little cooler. Well, this one I usually keep on there. Maybe the trick is wobbling it. I've been trying to spin it. Oh yeah, we got there. I don't know if you can see from there. You gonna view it? Look at all that carbon in there. Ooh, carbon. The reason why I keep this on the stove, because I don't have anywhere else to put it. This pipe fits inside, but I bought an extra one so I could sit a little taller above my tent, so this one just stays there. Okay, I think before I load everything up in the car, I'm gonna shoot that pellet gun for about 10 shots. Alright, this is just a basic pellet gun. Always wear eye protection. pretty fun. They just slide up into this little cartridge. They're all gone. Stored in here. There's no safety. To put the scope on, you do need to bump it like that. There you go. That's my pellet gun. Shot it up pretty good. Alright, we packed everything up. Now it's time to load it up. I'm going to leave the tent out of the bag. It's a little dewy and I want it to dry out before I stuff it in the bag. I'm going to leave the tarp out as well. Maybe when I get home I'll brush it off with the broom. Take a double look. Make sure we didn't leave any trash. Looks good to me. I think I'll be coming back to this spot. Very nice here. I like it. Alright. Check me up on Patreon. And subscribe, like, you know, all the good stuff. Okay, I think we're ready to get out of here.